Hello everyone, my name is John Bussard. I'm an HPE Solution Center Engineer for Ingram Micro. I help support servers, blade systems, storage, as well as networking technology solutions from HPE. In my videos, what I like to do is show you a slide from a popular PowerPoint and then demonstrate to you what that means within a management interface. Today we're going to continue on our discussion with the Synergy Composable platform. Specifically, we're going to look at the composable storage within the D3940 storage module. The D3940 is a half-height, double-wide storage module that can hold up to 40 hard drives. And you can put multiple of these modules within a Synergy frame. Now, a lot of people like to say this is shared storage for your Synergy environment. I'm not necessarily going to argue that, but I definitely want to define that a little bit better. This will be shared direct attached storage for your Synergy environment, meaning I could grab 3 drives from one of these enclosures, group it together with an RAID 5 set, and then through a SAS connection, assign it directly to one of these compute modules, one of these blade servers inside this environment. If for some reason that compute module failed, through a software-defined mechanism, I could reassign that storage to another compute module, all without damaging the storage within that environment or the information within that array. This will not be necessarily your VMFS volume or your shared volume amongst your multiple VMware systems. Right? So you can't take storage and then share it across multiple compute modules. Right? So you're directly going to attach storage to a compute module. Right? But it is portable. If you think about it, if you put local drives on your compute modules, that storage is stranded on that compute module. Within this environment, I have the ability to create an array and move it between different compute modules. In order to do this within a blade system, I had to have external storage, something like a 3-power or a Nimble system. But now I can do it all within this composable platform. So with that being said, let's explore this environment. Okay, I'm logged into my Synergy Composer. We're going to spend a little time talking about server profiles. So if you don't know what those are, I'd recommend going back to the Synergy Composer module and reviewing that, and you'll get a little bit more detail on what server profiles are. But with that being said, let's go into server profiles. I've got this server profile created here. Let's explore this real quick. So I'm going to go under Edit, and we'll see some common things that you set up within a server profile. One of the first things I'd like to note is this is assigned to Bay 2. The server hardware is the second compute module. Go down a little bit further. Again, you see some common settings. Here we have local storage. So I'm not managing any of the local storage within the compute module through the integrated controller. I am managing storage through the mezzanine adapter within Mez slot 1. Right, and this is reaching into the D3940. And I've grabbed 2 300 gig drives, set them up in a RAID 1, and I'm booting from that. So again, if something happens to this compute module, I can reassign this information to another one of these compute modules. All right, so let's look a little deeper into how this works in this mezzanine module. So I'm going to click Cancel here. I'm going to select the server hardware itself, which brings us under server hardware context. Again, within Mezzanine 1, you can see I have a Smart Array P542D controller. And that has 2 ports on it. And that speaks to an interconnect module. Obviously, if you have something in a mezzanine slot, you'll need an interconnect module in the back of the enclosure. So let's go look at the enclosure itself. I will scroll down here so we can see the back. See, I have one SAS module up here and another SAS module down here. And then those communicate directly with this D3940, which I have in this corner. Once that's set up in that fashion, I can actually carve out storage from this and assign it to server profiles and compute modules. So if we go back to the server profiles, let's take a look at this storage within the console. Let's stretch this out a little bit. So again, I had two 300 gig drives in a RAID 1. So certainly we see that here. I can also see that within disk management. There's my one drive. And then finally, we can look inside Device Manager. Where we can see the P542D itself, as well as the disk drive. So I can reassign this storage to another compute module, as well as add extra storage. But in order to do that, I'm going to need to have the system powered off. So right now, I'm going to shut this down. So currently, this is assigned to Bay 2. I'm going to click Edit. I'm going to change and assign this to Bay 1. I'm going to select Yes, Reassign. I'm also going to go down to my composable storage and edit it. I'm going to create another logical drive. I'm going to select RAID 5. Of course, I'm going to need to give it a name. I'm going to select my drive type, and this time I'm going to select 600 gig drives. I'm going to click Create. I'm going to click OK, and one more OK on the server profile itself. Now, I will admit this will take a little time, about 15 plus minutes, in order to be able to reassign this. So if you want to get an accurate representation of time, you'll want to look down here. Real quick, let's take a look at the D3940 within this environment. So I go up here, I go down to drive enclosures. You'll see that this is a side view of that storage module. And currently, I have these two drives, again in that RAID 1, assigned to that server profile. Currently, these 600 gig drives are not assigned, but when we come back, and after it's finished setting up this server profile, we will see that those drives will be assigned to this profile. Again, this will take a little time. Okay, so the profile has finished being applied to this compute module. So let me power this on. Now, some things to notice is now we are assigned to the server in Bay 1, so the compute module in Bay 1. We're no longer in 2. Also, our local storage count is 2 because we added the extra RAID 5 set to this compute module, giving us 2 drive sets on this system. So we'll go up here, we'll watch console, and we'll watch this system boot up. Expand out a little bit. Our system is booted up, so let's log in. So let's quickly open up disk management. See the system's detected a second drive. And all we need to do is format this guy out. Click next and then finish. And now we have a secondary drive within this environment. All right, and again, we pulled that all through our composable storage. and this is portable. As I demonstrated, I moved this from Compute Module 2 over to Compute Module 1. There's our two logical volumes. So that's the Synergy D3940 composable storage module. We can actually go over to drive enclosure. You'll see not only are these 300 gig drives assigned to this profile, but we also have these 600 gig drives assigned to this profile as well. Right. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for more videos.